Another Day, Another Story by UPSC and more. Introduction. The Preamble is an introductory statement to the Constitution of India that outlines the fundamental principles, values, and objectives that the Constitution seeks to achieve. It is considered to be the soul of the Indian Constitution as it embodies the basic philosophy and aspirations of the people of India. In this essay, we will discuss the key features of the Preamble, its historical background, and its interpretation by the Supreme Court of India. Key features of the Preamble. Sovereign. India is a sovereign nation, which means that it is independent of any external control and has the power to govern itself. Socialist. The Preamble declares that India is a socialist country, which means that it is committed to the welfare of its citizens and the reduction of inequalities. Secular. India is a secular country that upholds the principle of religious freedom and prohibits the establishment of any state religion. Democratic. India is a democratic country where the people have the power to elect their representatives and participate in the decision-making process. Republic. India is a republic, which means that the head of the state is elected by the people and not a hereditary monarch. Justice. The Preamble promises social, economic, and political justice to all citizens of India. Liberty. The Preamble guarantees freedom of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship to all citizens. Equality. The Preamble promotes the principle of equality of status and opportunity to all citizens. Historical background of the Preamble. The Preamble was adopted on the 26th of November 1949, along with the Constitution of India. The drafting committee, led by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, considered several drafts of the Preamble before finalizing it. The Preamble draws inspiration from the constitutions of several countries, including the United States, France, and Australia. It reflects the ideals of the Indian freedom struggle, which aimed at creating a free and independent India based on the principles of liberty, equality, and justice. Interpretation of the Preamble by the Supreme Court. The Preamble is not a part of the enforceable provisions of the Constitution, but it has been considered to be a significant aid in interpreting the Constitution. The Supreme Court of India has interpreted the Preamble in several cases, and some of the notable interpretations are as follows. Sovereign. The Supreme Court has interpreted the term sovereign to mean that India is a self-governing nation, free from any external control. The court has held that the sovereignty of India is not absolute and is subject to the principles of international law. Socialist. The Supreme Court has held that the term socialist means that India is committed to achieving social and economic justice and reducing inequalities. The court has also held that socialism does not mean the establishment of a socialist state but the creation of a welfare state. Secular. The Supreme Court has interpreted the term secular to mean that the state should maintain an attitude of neutrality towards religion and should not promote or discriminate against any religion. Democratic. The Supreme Court has held that the term democratic means that the people of India have the right to participate in the decision-making process and elect their representatives. Republic. The Supreme Court has held that the term republic means that India is a sovereign state in which the head of the state is elected by the people. Justice. The Supreme Court has interpreted the term justice to mean social, economic, and political justice to all citizens of India. The court has held that justice is the fundamental principle of the Indian Constitution. Liberty. The Supreme Court has held that the term liberty means freedom of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. The court has held that these freedoms are essential for the development of a democratic society. 1. Equality. The Supreme Court has held that the term equality means that all citizens of India should have equal opportunities and equal status before the law. 1. The court has held that the principle of equality is an integral part of the Indian Constitution. Conclusion. The Preamble of the Indian Constitution outlines the fundamental principles, values, and objectives that the Constitution seeks to achieve. It is a reflection of the ideals of the Indian freedom struggle, which aimed at creating a free and independent India based on the principles of liberty, equality, and justice. The Preamble has been interpreted by the Supreme Court of India in several cases, and its interpretation has helped in understanding the scope and intent of the Constitution. In conclusion, the Preamble is a critical part of the Indian Constitution and reflects the hopes and aspirations of the people of India. In the UPSC exam perspective, the Preamble is an essential topic that aspirants should study thoroughly. Understanding the key features of the Preamble and its historical background is crucial to comprehend the intent and scope of the Indian Constitution. The following points can be helpful for UPSC aspirants to write an answer on this topic. Begin with a brief introduction to the Preamble and its significance in the Indian Constitution. Discuss the key features of the Preamble and explain each feature in detail. For example, for the feature sovereign, explain what it means, why it is significant, and how it has been interpreted by the Supreme Court. Provide a brief historical background of the preamble and explain how it reflects the ideals of the Indian freedom struggle. Discuss the interpretation of the preamble by the Supreme Court of India and its significance in interpreting the Constitution. Analyze the impact of the preamble on the Indian Constitution and how it has helped in shaping the political and social landscape of India. Provide examples of landmark cases where the preamble has been used to interpret the Constitution, such as the Kesavananda Bharati case. Conclude the essay by summarizing the key points and reiterating the significance of the preamble in the Indian Constitution. In conclusion, the preamble is an essential part of the Indian Constitution, and understanding its key features and interpretation by the Supreme Court is crucial for UPSC aspirants. A comprehensive understanding of the preamble can help aspirants score high marks in the UPSC exam and become knowledgeable and responsible citizens of India. Thanks for watching.